Hello friends, so today we are going to plant our seeds and we are planting them today so that by 45 days or so after today we will be able to transplant them on the drip irrigation. And we make our seed beds just a small box because you want to be able to weed. You don't need to put it far apart or a big one. You just need a small one so that you can be able to weed and also irrigate well, and therefore that's why we just create them like that. And we have our manure here. This manure has been sitting here for 1 year or so. It's been here for a while, and this is the not goat, this is cow manure. And before I forget, we are going to start with Caliandra, that is Ndania. And I specifically buy this brand, this multicut. So what does it mean to be multicut? It means that Ndania is a 30-day crop. So if I plant this, in the next 30 days, I can be able to eat or uproot my Ndania and go and use it in the kitchen. But when I buy the multicut, it means that instead of uprooting the entire crop or plant, I'm able to just take a scissors and cut the stem, and then this Ndania will be able to regrow again and feed me again maybe in another 15 days or so. So this is the brand that I like buying, is Agripack Seeds. You'll find that you have different companies, but make sure that when you go to the shop you ask for multicut. So this is the best, and we're going to put it over here. I'm just going to make a few lines and then we just plant it. It's not complicated. You just make rows, and then I'm not going to plant the entire bottle. I'm just going to plant a few that can fit into my space at least, and then I'm not going to over what is it called, I'm going to give it like good spacing to ensure that you don't burn them out or they don't burn each other. So the seed bed has been created. It has manure at the very top. You can see we have manure on top. So we are going to plant, put grass on it, and then irrigate. And that's what we are going to do for all the seedlings today. And then in the next 30 days, we will be able to transplant them in this space. So this is where we are going to have our drip irrigation running from the tank, and we'll have like 2 drips per bed. And this place will be filled with crop. And I want to put a challenge to myself, because I always do this, and then when January comes, I kind of disappear, and I disappear and go to the goat side. I don't remember that I have crops, and then I leave it until again on September. But I want to give myself a challenge that I'm going to grow 365 days here. We will grow 365 days of our own seeds, our own vegetables, so that I can ensure that I and my family are feeding the right thing. So we are going to plant them organically using our goat manure, and then spraying if we have like insecticide, like because of the tomatoes we have aphids and all that, we are going to use the correct spraying for them, and I will take you along. So I'm giving myself between now and another year in September, and make sure that we are planting it at 365. And before I come out from this space, this is in between the vegetables. We have like a hole, or I don't know how I'm going to, a trench, and that's how we irrigate them. So we irrigate them over there, and I think they have manure and they are well fed, and that's why you can see that they're well. And today we are going to harvest. We're going to get some harvesting out of it. So yes, let me go and show you how we are going to plant, but it's not complicated. So I'll just take up like this, and I hope you can see me. And I don't know where I've left my tripod. And then I'm going to make a line. Oh God, you can't see. So let me see. I'll show you. Doing the lines apart, just use your own measurements, because I can't tell like how far apart, but I think is this a meter? I don't think so. 15 centimeters, looks like a ruler, and my fingers are small. And then you just plant on that row, and we are not going to squeeze them together because yeah, we don't want them to be overly populated. And you cover it. You just put some soil on top of it. Don't put a lot of soil, otherwise it's not going to grow. So that's how we are going to plant. And then I cover it a little bit, just lightly. And we are going to put grass on top of it, and then do some watering. And then we put. So that's how we are going to do it over and over again. Let's see if this will fit on that line. Let me add some more, but Nisa, here Natosha. So this is cabbage. Oh, there's a lot of wind. This is cabbage. It's quite a tiny one. So we are going to put cabbage, and we put some tomatoes over here. I'm still admiring the spinach. Yeah. So this is, I don't know if you can see, wow, yeah, so that's how tomato seeds look like. So we are planting the tomatoes, just a few of them actually. And I don't usually plant the seeds by myself, but because we have a lot of time, like in the next 45 days, before I figure out what I'm going to do with the pump. So we are still in a good place. And after we've planted our seeds, you see that there are birds. Some few birds now have started feeding on our seeds. See that small bird there? They've already started feeding on our seeds. I hope they're not going to do something bad to them. They're very destructive, by the way. Sometimes they finish our cabbages, so we have to like cover them with a net or something. But I'm really happy about how this turned out. The scuba wiki and everything else. It's such a nice thing to see. And I'm going to harvest. It will be our lunch. Yeah, so we are continuing to plant. Let me go make some few lines. But that's how simple it is. If you have time, you can propagate your own seedlings. But if you don't have time, or if you don't have the right seedlings, please buy from your local person. I have people that those that I buy from. I can always go back to them and tell them to sell me a few of them if these don't go well. But I just felt like I have 45 days as I figure out the drip irrigation area, as we do the plumbing side of the drip connections and all that. 45 days will be enough for us to do all that, and then we'll come back and see if that our seedlings are sufficient enough, or they have grown, or they are mature enough for us to transplant. So that's what we are currently doing. And I'll take you on this journey. This is how the onion seeds look like, and this is how we are putting grass on top of the seedbed for good irrigation, and also to just cushion them from the sun. We have done this on this other side. In the next week, I'll show you the growth. Some of them should have germinated, so we'll see. But this is how this looks like. So let me plant the onions over here. And we've finished our putting out our seeds, and we've covered with grass, and right now we are going to irrigate. where you cover it with grass is, you see that pressure for the water, how the water is coming. You don't want the seeds to be washed away, and that's why you have some grass on top. And after a while we can move the water so that at least the water doesn't hit on one area, but the grass is making the water to splash to different areas, and that's at least the seeds are protected because they are very tiny. And right now we are going to harvest our spinach and harvest our sukuma wiki, and we've covered the 3. So just know that we have 4 seed beds that we've planted today, and we've planted crops that need transplanting. The rest of them, like the cucumbers, the okra, the eggplants, we are going to direct sow when we have our drip irrigation ready in the next 45 days. So let me harvest and see you in another video. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Bye.